I will put this back on the road. Good, I bought a donor car, otherwise the project will be stuck forever. This is one of complex, most engineered suspension. Oh, we have a problem. Hello guys, I got exciting news. Watch till end, 8 series is rolling. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. How are we all doing? Hope you're doing well. As you can see at the back, we got our lovely 840 Ci Astro Blue. As you know, in previous episode, we managed to put it on the wheels. Damn, they look good. In 7 years, this is the first time she's on the wheels. But as you can see now, it's without wheels again. Anyway, the main reason was push it from third unit to the first to the two-post lift. As you can see, we also managed to take all the stuff off, which when we put the shock absorbers, all the suspension, it's off already. I'm strong man. Let's go through what's been done so far and what's the plan for this episode. So as you can see, all the subframes are off because we had to clean all the surface rust around chassis rails and this bit down there. Well, it's not ideal, but it's definitely better as it used to be. Obviously, I can see there was rust in the past, but I managed to clean it, paint it. It looks more or less presentable now. That was the main goal. The next step was the shock absorbers. I've already replaced the shock absorbers. Yes, I know in previous episode I was talking about it's the whole complete unit, but some of you commented and I've done research. Yes, they are interchangeable. All the basically, I took the top mount off, took the spring off. There was the nut which was a bit seized, but I managed to undo it. Replaced the shock absorber, put everything back together, replaced the bump stops. Our new one in, goes inside. Now they're all straight and ready to go in. So as you can see, subframes and some of the suspension components for the back are already sandblasted and powder coated. Right, this is quite funny. I was waiting on powder coating parts, and the shop is next to the welding center, so I ended up buying a brand new welder. And here is the 830 parts cooling down from the oven. But yeah, treated myself next new welder. But for this vehicle at the moment I'm only going to install the front powder coated subframes. This one I've done in the same time, if that makes sense, because maybe this one I'm going to install in my yellow one in the future. So I just wanted to do everything in one go rather than just going backs and forwards to the sandblaster and powder coating unit. So yes, at the moment for the blue vehicle we'll have a front powder coated subframes and some other stuff, but for the back we'll see. I mean, my main goal is at the moment try to test drive it. if everything's all right, do a couple adjustments here and there, and then I can focus more or less more detailed stuff at the back. Because as you know, I've replaced the whole subframe from a donor vehicle into this. It's all right, but it's showing quite a few rust spots here and there, so it's not mint condition, but it does the job for now. So here we got all the front suspension, including back shock absorbers, because as you know, the back ones was completely dead. So them new, brand new. Some of the stuff is genuine. Let's say bump stops, stop mounts, whatever. For example, these covers on the donor vehicle, these were on cable tie. I can't see a reason why, because they're not that expensive. They're like £20 more or less each. So for sake of looking nice and tidy, why don't you just buy genuine stuff? Anyway, but yeah, these parts I was waiting for quite a while, because I ordered just, I think, after Christmas, and like some of the stuff came from Germany. It took more or less 2-3 weeks. But anyway, everything's here. All I need to do now, get my gloves on and do some work. So first things first, we will install the front subframe, because obviously I can't lift the engine up and down, because I got this front stand was supporting the engine. So I need to install the front subframe to lift the vehicle up and down, and obviously comfortably work on the suspension. Here is our freshly powder coated subframe. Obviously I'll show you here how it used to look before, and now it looks completely different. I thought it's going to be completely rusted out and not savable, but it wasn't that bad. As you can see, on corners, on both corners, you can see there was a corrosion before, but it's still thick and solid metal, so can't complain. Let's say, as you can see, this like orange peel stuff, but in some places it's nice and smooth. Well, in this area used to be quite a lot of rust that's been sandblasted and powder coated on top. And where, let's say, you see in the middle all the smooth stuff, that's previously there wasn't any corrosion marks, so that's why it looks like, well, it looks much better rather than where the orange peel, orange peel stuff is. So we're gonna put a bit of a grease on these pins, so someone would do any job in the future, they wouldn't have the same problem as me taking the subframe off for like an hour, as they would season them chassis rails. Silly me. This is what you get when you don't assemble everything in one go. So this one was, the subframe was taken off probably a week ago. Now I just installed and I thought I'm missing something. And yeah, I was supposed to install the steering box first, then the steering box with the subframe on. Now I'm gonna take off again. Attempt number 2. I need assistance. I got my Mrs. assistance, so now I can get this on it. Oh, bloody hell. Woo. Not so young anymore. Okay, I'll make sure I didn't forget anything now. Actually, I can install the engine mount, just chuck that in. Otherwise no chance. Finally, we can remove this and focus on the rest of the stuff. Right, the front subframe is in. Now we're gonna install the center steering rack, or steering rod. I'm just wondering if it's sided, but doesn't looks like. Or maybe it is. That's supposed to sit like that. Yeah, like that. It doesn't actually say left or right, but the old one was in this position, so I'm assuming this is how I'm gonna install it. So, second subframe is in, anti-roll bar is in. Now let's press bushes in one of the curvy arms, this one, because I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, I think you can buy with the bush and without the bush. I bought this with the bush and bushing separate, so I'm gonna press that in and then we're gonna install it down here. I think like that, to the press machine. So press this into this. There is an arrow and there is an arrow, so arrows should face each other, and that's about it. That's me ready. Let's go back to the base. I don't know what about you, but I think this is one of complex, most engineered suspension. Like, come on, could be just one wishbone and that's it, one ball joint. But look, 1, 2, 3, like, how you made this stuff? Germans, how? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, welcome back to another day. Anyway, what we've done so far, we've managed to put some of the suspension back on, but before I move a bit more upwards, I want to finish the underneath. That means at the moment I want to install the exhaust, but I have a problem. Look, you see these exhaust ends? On this vehicle they were completely rotten out and they're missing. So what I'm gonna do, found these laying at the back. Instead of replacing the whole unit, which is quite awkward and very time consuming, I'm gonna chop this in half, put it on and weld it on. That should work. So I need to find exhaust brackets. Some of them are rusted out. This one was alright. This piece, I only found one piece. This box, if you can call it, all this stuff came with the car. Trying to find what stuff I need, what I can save, what I can't. And on the donor car, these, because it has a custom exhaust, I'm not gonna install that custom exhaust because it's like, to be honest, it's just shame to put it that type of exhaust because it's some cheap Chinese one and the welds are so terrible. So I'm gonna stick to OEM exhaust. I only need, now I managed to install literally everything apart from back boxes, just trying to figure out what to do with the brackets. Right, the exhaust is in, but for some, I'm not sure if it's genuine or not, like from factory, there is a clamp, so you got like back section, middle section and the front section. I'm gonna leave it at the moment as is, but when I'm gonna put a bumper back on, like make sure everything, the rest of the car is fine, I want to make it in one whole piece. And obviously instead of using these bad aftermarket clamps, I'm just gonna weld and make one complete exhaust, so it looks much more tidier. But at the moment, for test purposes, it's gonna be fine. Let's install the back shock absorbers. As you can see, everything is already assembled. Brand new BMW top mounts, BMW bump stop and the cover, TRW shock absorber. 80 quid a pair, about 30 quid a pair for the plastic tubes, about 30 bump stops, and about 30 each top mount and top mount heads, some like that. So not that expensive. Instead of whoever done previously on the donor, they just cable tied the plastic tube instead of buying a brand new one. Don't know why, but let's do it proper way. Right, the top mounts are on. I'm gonna do top mounts when it's actually on the floor, but I forgot there was a rusted brake pipe holder. We already drilled it out, but we got this piece from a donor, drilled 2 weld spots. That means we're gonna use my brand new welder again. I'm so excited for it. Gotta weld this bracket more or less like that. Should have bought this welder ages ago. So much better. Like where the previous welder was, when you start to weld, it was like sparking and then sort of trying to catch the welds. Where this one's instantly and so smooth, so nice, like what I was before. Nicking some parts of a donor car, because for example, when I picked the car up, these bits were missing, so again, repeating myself, good I bought a donor car, otherwise the project would be stuck forever. Right, let's focus on the front. I got one wing from a donor, same color. The other side is on this car was rusted, and obviously on the donor was smashed. So for the test drive, I'm probably gonna leave that wing because I got silver wing to pick up yet. But I mean, I can test drive without the wing. Obviously, as long as the wheels and the rest of the engine bay is finished, and then well, we'll see what else we need. But I think, yeah, we can just put a front suspension, maybe lights, maybe bumper, or we'll see, maybe bumper, leave it for last, and then I think we can give it a try. Need to apply on bottom 3 bolts for the strut, bit of Loctite. Well, because these are only 3 bolts which holds your wheel well towards the chassis, if that makes sense. Well, we're gonna add some exposed wiring because the previous insulation collapsed. So we're gonna do it proper way using special wiring tape. As you can see, it looks nice and tidy. We are not bodgers in it. I'm not even sure if this ABS unit is gonna work, but just in case we got spare one. All right, let's install the last front suspension component, that is track rod ends. So let's get these unpacked. Well, I'll try to measure these track rod ends more or less, but it'll need to go on wheel alignment anyway, because you'll never ever gonna get it 100% by just looking at it. So all I need to do is see the distance, have these, lock it up, the new one, and install it. It'll be more or less accurate, but it's not going to be 100%, so let's do it. So as you can see, this one is a bit more further out, so let's unwind a bit. Alright, that seems to be more or less okay. Maybe one more turn. Oh, wrong way. Yeah, for sake of test drive, it'll be alright. And then afterwards, when everything's going to be done, we will take it to wheel alignment. Because as soon as you're going to change any suspension arm or anything to do with suspension, tracking will be out, 100% guarantee. So the suspension is done. Now need to focus on front end, putting all these plastics back in. The trouble is I didn't well, my mate disassembled it. Well, at least all the bolts and stuff is in a couple boxes, and he wrote down whichever bolts are for which side and what's what. But you know, when you actually haven't disassembled it and you think, am I doing this right? But again, we have a donor where to look at. Right, before I'm installing this wing, I wanna wax oil it just a bit more because it's very clean, so it doesn't basically rust in the future. Just taking care of the next owner, just in case. Someone been spending some money. We got new genuine brackets or at least 2 of them. Yeah, just double checking where these brackets went. Yeah, it's all right. VRHR. Someone sprayed the bumper before and obviously wasn't bothered to take the bumper off. That's why we got a couple overspray marks on the air intake and some stuff inside. That one is damaged, so I'll just have to put this one on no matter what. Same as this one. Quite a few clips and bolts are snapped and broken. Well, the bumper definitely is going to come off when it's going to be sprayed. I might do a temporary fix, but ideally, yeah, all these plastics needs disassembling it, and then yeah, do some sort of repair, and nothing else you can do actually. But yeah, I mean, that'll be for later on, because as I said, it'll probably springtime, it's gonna get sprayed, so no point doing it now. Damn! I wanted to put a bumper, then realized the wing must go on first, but I still don't have silver one, and I thought, bloody hell, I mean, ideally before the respray I want to get it MOT'd, and obviously I can't do it without the wing, so I'll have to put a temporarily the old one, the rusty one. I'm really sorry guys, but needs must at the moment. But as I said, I got a silver one, I just need to go pick it up and well, yeah, just get it sprayed, but because most of the car will be sprayed anyway, so anyway, just temporary. Nice one. Managed to repair the broken fog light tabs. Oh no, it's not, it's side light. Anyway, yeah, both of these were broken. Bit of Q-bond. Probably apply a bit more windscreen glue or something like that, just to be safe. But it's quite strong anyway. Now at least it's not gonna pop out, because I remember when I bought the car, this was like hanging like that. And I was like, damn, if I would lose this, probably cost a bit. But no, it's all good. Right, I think we got 4th date now, since we're constantly working on this. Yeah, just last couple plastic bits, bleed the brakes, and we can take it out. So I'm not sure if it's a common thing on E31, but half of the headlight wiring is perished, the insulation. So before we set the car on fire, I decided to do a quick repair. Otherwise, yeah, I think we'll have to claim insurance if it burns out. But we don't want that. So before the headlight goes in, I'll try save a couple wires touching each other. Right, let's install the last headlight. Who the hell sprayed the bumper? Look at it. There's a paint mark on the headlight. I'll give it a clean later on. But look, overspray everywhere. Disgusting. very black. Yummy. Before we even do a test drive, I've removed the sump because I knew there will be some nasty stuff in very bottom, so decided to take it off, give it a clean, and then we'll have a fresh Welding filter. Pump it up. We got to pump it up. Holding. Holding. Down.
Pump. Disgusting.
So I'm just sitting with that chair. I'm gonna try to start it. Oh, this will be a second time we started it. A long time. Oh, even the ABS went out. That's good. Need pump dual. Ah, she will start. Oh, we have a problem. Alternator light on, bloody out. Right, brakes are bled, seem to be fine. Put the wheels on and we can take it for a ride. Oh, and obviously we need to put a seat in first, but we can't open the door. Put the seat in, we're gonna take it out and then gonna put the seat in. It's on the wheels. She can drive on its own. Getting red carpet ready. We're gonna move a couple cars so we can actually get that out. We already moved a couple stuff outside because we're dead excited to finally drive it. The tracking is completely out. I think we might need to put it on the 4-post ramp, get it more or less straight, and then we can take it for a test drive. Oh, no seat. Okay. Wow! First 10 meters done in 8 years. Now we're gonna adjust the wheels. Each wheel is sitting its own direction, so we're gonna put it more or less straight and gonna take it down the road. We can't go far because there is alternator light on, but both batteries are charged. So I think we can manage 2-3 miles or whatever, just to see how it drives, and then focus on the rest of the stuff. More. Oh, that's it. Suspension feels nice. Even the steering wheel goes straight. The car goes straight. No funny noises so far. Don't want to switch the heater on because, as I said, we got battery light on. Need to change the alternator, but I don't want to go too fast because we're missing one bracket on the exhaust. That's on order. Yeah. I remembered how 8 Series is small. Haven't driven my yellow one for like, what, half a year maybe. But looks cool, yeah. We've done half a mile so far. And everything seems to be fine. Just need to watch out on the temperature. We got new fuel filter. Obviously oil is changed. The coolant wasn't level but needs refreshing. Let me switch the heater on, see just a bit. But yeah, seems to be fun. I'm excited. I can't imagine the feeling when Alpina will be done. I think that will be epic. I mean, this been off-road, what, 8 years? Yeah, more or less. It's been sat in a bar for many years, like neglected, no one cared. Then obviously previous owner decided, you know what, I'm never gonna do it. And here she is, in the hands of the 777. Well, why it's blowing hot air, cold air. For some reason it still blows cold air. The speedo doesn't seem to be picking up. Well, sometimes it picks, sometimes doesn't. The temperature is still in the middle, so engine temperature seems to be alright, but I guess the heater valve needs rebuilding because it's still blowing a cold air. But yeah, apart from that, there is still a hydraulic lifter noise. That should potentially go away after a while. Maybe do another oil change or flush, but we'll see that. So I'm not fussed about that at the moment. What else? Yeah, speedo now works. That's good. Ideally, yeah, it needs a couple adjustments here and there, and obviously respray in the spring, and she's ready to rock and roll. I hope you're excited, same as I am, because like to bring the car back to life, which been neglected so for like 8 years or so. I mean, it feels good inside, and like, yeah, it costs obviously. Speedo stopped working again. I need to have a look. I need to look into that. There's probably dash bulb out as well, because half of it is dark. But anyway, but yeah, as I said, obviously costs are involved, but it's part of a game, and obviously you need to more or less buy a decent price, calculate how much you're going to spend, how much time you're going to spend, and see if it's worth it at the end of the day. I'm saying something to people who have something in their back gardens. Please, if you actually thinking you're going to do it one day, do it now, because they rot so quickly. Like, end of the day, you just, after let's say a couple of years, that's it, it'll be too late, you know, like, that's it. Like, instead of, come on, I'll spend more or less, well, 2 weeks more or less welding, and it's just, and still, even then, I could go, I don't know, body wise I could spend maybe a month or two just to clean all the surface rust off, make sure it doesn't rust like anywhere near next 10 years or so. But end of the day, is the you people who have their precious things in the back garden sitting and rotting away, you getting the blame. And as I said, well, in this case, previous owner obviously bought it intention to bring it back to life, but he tried but failed, but eventually sold it in the right time, and here she is driving again. How cool is that? Right, the 8 is back in the unit. Well, as you saw, it drives fine. Got a few issues here and there, but nothing major. We got heat in the end. Well, probably gonna redo the heater valve anyway, because they're common for that age vehicles. What else? The hydraulic lifter noise went. Already removed the viscous fan. I'm gonna replace with another one. What else? Oh, and yeah, and I need to change alternator. But apart from that, she rolls nicely. I still need to buy a couple clips, the splash guard, just few adjustments here and there, and give it a proper clean. Put a side skirts on, but as I said, she'll be sprayed probably in springtime. But overall, yes, I'm satisfied, I'm happy, and that's about it. I mean, probably will do spark plugs, gonna paint the valve covers, just tidy up here and there. As I said, nothing major, but because overall it's all good. Everything's up to date. Maybe when I'm gonna start to using it, I'll find something wrong there or there, but overall at the moment I can't see nothing else wrong. But as I said, as soon as you start driving it, something else pops up. Oh, and also I ordered the BMW badge. And yeah, so guys, that's about it. Like, well, it's not the last episode, but I know I haven't posted for like 2 weeks or so, but hopefully this was worth it, because I was constantly working on this, plus I was waiting parts on this. It's just literally I ordered just before Christmas, then it only turned up after 3 weeks or so. But yeah, she's rolling, everything's up to date, suspension good, probably needs as well change a couple bushes maybe at the back. Next step is to do all these bits I've mentioned and do MOT. As soon as it passes MOT, she can legally drive on the road, and I don't know, by the time maybe will pop up in some show or something, I don't know, but that'll be another story. And yes, let me know in the comments below what do you think. How did you like the project so far? Where else you would do improvement? And also as I said, I was quite excited this to be rolled, because as you saw, we bought it without the suspension. There was a couple rust holes here and there. We also well, rest of the car was in the box, if that makes sense. Plus there was loads of stuff missing. There was, like, when I was actually assembling it, there was oh wait a second, this is supposed to be here, it's not here. There's one hub missing. There was like plenty of stuff missing. So thank God I bought the donor car, and I've nicked quite a few bits for this one, just to get it more or less as it is now. There's quite loads of stuff left over, but I still need to check on my yellow one if I'm missing something where I can nick some parts of the blue one. And the rest of the parts, yeah, will be for sale. We'll try to get my costs back more or less, but as you mentioned in the previous comments below, I'll throw absolutely nothing, because there's literally, well, there is loads of stuff you can buy on dealer still, but overall every single part is like, there's barely anything for sale online. So I'm probably gonna keep the whole chassis till, I don't know, it's gonna rot away. But rest of rest of the donor is very solid, very clean. It's only done 98,000 miles. So engine is very clean. It's been looked after. And so yeah, I just probably at some point I'm gonna strip it nut and bolt. Gonna write down where's what, just to be up to date, and when I actually need something, I know where it is. So yeah, guys, leave the comments below. How did you like it so far? Give us a thumbs up. Consider subscribing. If you like what stuff we do, sign up for Patreon if you like to, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace out.